Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Welcome back to another episode of Portal Side WAyyDio. Alright, cue the intro music. Just pretend there's music playing and just dance with me, alright? Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. It happened again. Bruh. It happened again, man. It happened again. I record a whole video. I don't even know how long the video. Oh my God. All right, man. We gonna keep it short, sweet, and simple. I'm trying to go outside after this and just, you know what I'm saying, be whimsical and chill by a river. I ain't got no friends, so I don't hang out with people. I got like 2 friends. I don't consider that really hanging out with people. Or I don't. They're more like family. You ain't always got to talk to family. Sometimes you need break and stuff from a family. But here we go with self-plug and promotion. As you can see, I got the computer laptop open because I've been busy this entire day, the start of the day, and this entire week. I'm working on my next collection, which is going to be literal fire. Can y'all see the fire? I guess it completes the circle. But yeah, it's going to be like literally fire. This next drop, I consider myself a real fashion designer. This next drop is going to be genuine fire. But let me show y'all some examples of stuff I've made before. Starting off with this t-shirt, I'm not going to get any closer than this, but I designed this t-shirt, Photoshop, etc., whoop-de-woo. I mean, bruh, I literally designed this. I made the flag, like from vectorized, or from Illustrator. I made the flag. There's a lot of work that goes into Photoshop. And things might look simple, but it never really is if it looks like it's kind of simple. Made this hat, designed this hat for mass manufacturing. It was for an NFT. As I self-plug myself again, self-promotion, the best promotion. This was for an NFT company, and it's not cheap either, bro. This sample costed $350 because, when you order samples versus the actual bulk sale or bulk units, the price drastically and dramatically changes. Like, we got custom PVC on here, and I know the hat's a little dirty. I let a homie borrow it for a little bit. If you don't know what the NFT MFer is, this is it. Is that too close? Is it still on wide zoom? I think it's still on wide zoom. I'm gonna just check. Oh, yeah, we good. I know that wasn't professional, but we don't do things professionally here. Side embroidery, MFer, custom woven label, 100% MFer, custom woven label, Custom stitching. This is yellow stitching on the brim of the hat, as well as on all the panels. We got customized stitching. A lot of people aren't gonna put this much small detail into a hat. Oh, and even custom stitching on the actual PVC piping or the PVC label. It's a lot of detail that goes into it. And yeah, I used to be into crypto and NFTs. I stopped all that like at the original 69,420 of Bitcoin. I sold right before that. I kind of sold just about everything. And I don't know if I'll get back into it because sometimes you got to part ways from stuff. And I got a lot of stuff I'm investing into, such as this, which is my whole reason for living, basically. Honestly, this is like, if I didn't have this, I would have no genuine reason to live. But yeah, you might be thinking this is like manufactured, the way the detail of it is, and how efficiently it's hand sewn. But no, I sewed this from scratch. You know, I bought the fabric, shot some bullets at a gun range because we're promoting gun safety, not just people out here popping bottles, busting caps off in air. Nah, man, I sound like somebody's uncle at this point, man. But yeah, all this is hand sewn, hand stitched, gun or bullet shot by me. I'll try it on for y'all. I'm a pretty large guy. I'm like 6'4", 6'5". I'm a pretty large guy, so yeah, here we go. You know, the coolest part is it's gold inside. It's gold, cool, gold. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. Nah, it really is though. And what do we have in here? There's like 2 t-shirts just to, you know, give it a little more volume. And like I said, these are real bullets. I'm nice with the shot. I am Vash the Stampede with a gun. He's never missed a shot. And even when you think he missed a shot, he was setting up for the kill shot. He usually like always only keeps 1 bullet in his gun and prefers not to use that bullet. I think I might just wear this for the rest of the video. Y'all saw the t-shirt? I made the t-shirt. I'm gonna just say that again. I made this t-shirt. I designed the t-shirt. But yeah, I just gotta get the funding down for this next drop because I mean it's gonna go hard. And to start with this week's Portal Side WAyyDio Wednesday, as I re-record, I would like to talk about my favorite type of birds, crows. So much to talk about with crows. You know, let me start with this. The whole crows are associated with bad omens, that is a load of baloney. Okay, I can kind of touch base off of where that stemmed from, but you know, it's a urban legend. Same way DC is built on top of another city, urban legend, or there's a whole underground city under DC, legend, whoop-de-woo. So the whole omen with crows are actually God's children. They are incredibly divine and they're protectors and they're lovers. It's exactly like being a human, basically, but you can fly. And there's a lot less obligation. So much less obligation to live and exist, or just to live and exist by the societal norms of paying rent, whoop-de-boo, etc., etc. So with crows, the whole omen stems from them trying to protect and warn people of bad things that could come. Because as you'll probably see, or some videos, you'll see crow, like a single crow or a single raven. That's usually like the divine messenger one that's around a haunted area, making sure it's just like a bodyguard or a security guard, surveillance guard, just making sure nobody like, hey, and you'll see them caw, caw, caw. Or ravens are a little more difficult with their call, but they'll let you know, hey bro, if you keep going, things gonna get serious. You might be in a little trouble. Whatever happens, whoop-de-woo, I'm here to let you know. Then people will go into wherever, keep doing their BS. And then what happens, the BS, they might have talked about this last week, but I just gotta remind y'all again, because some people don't like to listen. But yeah, crows are so divine. Like I said, they're basically God's children. And have you ever seen a crow walk? Watch a video of a crow walking and let me just come back to me and say, oh no, crows are still evil. Bruh. Okay. Okay, Mr. Yap McGee. Okay, Mrs. Yap McGee. But yeah. So honestly, with crows, it's exactly like being a human, and the CIA, that American entity, that United States entity, the one in Northern Virginia, where their headquarters are at, they actually take a lot of inspiration from crows, which I didn't realize until like not too long ago. Because let me put this into context and perspective for you. Crows are incredibly intelligent, so intelligent that United States modeled a whole thing after them. Crows can memorize faces. One crow can tell other crows of this one face, and those crows will let their children know, and those children will let their children know of that one face. And if those children or any of the other associating crows with the one crow see that one face, they will know that specific individual. They'll know if it's a good person, if it's a bad person, if they're a threat, whoop-de-woo, etc., etc. Are you hearing me? Are you understanding or overstanding this? Crows let people know an individual's face, and another crow doesn't even have to see that individual person's face to know it's that same person who potentially could pose a threat. Crows can memorize people's vehicles. They can memorize when people leave for work, when people get home from work. They can memorize flight patterns. I said flight patterns. Your driving patterns, what route you take to work, etc., etc. Isn't that crazy? What does that sound like? It's a coincidence, just a coincidence. I have nothing. These are all facts. These are all literal facts. I mean, I was gonna say I have no like proof, but this is all literal proof. But to say it's a coincidence, sometimes a coincidence is just denying the truth or denying God's both. I don't like, I don't, as at this point, I don't like using the word coincidence for the most part. And yeah, bro, crows are just incredibly divine. They literally live in families, which is called a murder of crows. They live in murders. I'll touch on that subject in a little bit, where that stems from. But live in families. They help look after each other's children. They all take like a siesta, which is like a Latin American big lunch. Yeah. Then they'll come back out later during the day, be mobbing around, hanging around, having fun, whoop de woo. Then they go back home for bedtime, and then they do. It's beautiful. It's basically exactly like being a human, except no obligations. I'm getting sick and tired of all these obligations, bro. Rent, rent increase, bro. They just told me a rent price going up, man. That's ridiculous. That's honestly crazy, bro. Y'all see, I'm stressing out, man. That's crazy. I gotta get these clothes. I got you. All right, but yeah, man. Let y'all know how divine crows are, and the murder of crows. This is something that just like comes to you from God, ancestors, family, your spirit, past self. So it's nothing I can like definitively prove, but this is just stuff I know. The term murder stems from, ages. I can't stress how many ages, eons even, eons ago, when things were just completely different. It's like kind of dates back pre-civilization, technically, on Earth. But they used to be not terrorists, but they used to follow a king who wasn't the best. I mean, and that is all subjective as well. But crows would commit murder. They would eat people, and you see that whole stipulation or stereotype throughout all sorts of media, movies, video games, a lot of people's graphic design. And I mean, that all that comes from truth. If it wasn't truth, then why would, or if it wasn't based or stemmed from some sort of truth, why would everything portray that? So yeah, they do have a dark history. They would eat people, eat the flesh of rotting corpses. And it's like, did they really want to? I mean, not really. But were they still going to? I mean, yeah. So I mean, but that's all in the past. But it just needs to be addressed, because I mean, everybody goes through all the phases. And the fact that they've grown so much from then to now is incredibly beautiful. So incredibly beautiful. And a cool story of the origin of their coloration, because crows were not always black. There was a point in time, and everybody's probably heard the story before. There was a point in time where crows were beautiful in coloration, but there was this one village that was burning down. Everyone was in jeopardy, and most of the local townsfolk were going to perish. But crows were able to save the entire village. They saved all the men, the women, the children, the elderly, and even a lot of the pets. And while doing that, the crows took on burns, they got soot on them, ashes, and all the smoke from saving the entire village caused the coloration to, fade away and to turn black. But in saving the village, they were in a sense rewarded. So they'll always be reminded of why they do look like that. That's the story. That's the true story of where crows got their color from. Being heroes. Black is a very powerful color. Black absorbs the most light. Carbon is essentially black, and when you look out into space, what color is it? Just saying. Just saying. I mean, we should all look up to, and try and model after crows, because they literally look after each other's children. It's just like I said, it's basically being a human. Don't we have like babysitters? They don't have to pay for it. We do. They mate for life. Crows have even been monitored and seen to be holding funerals for other crows. Crows eat all kind of food like humans. Doesn't sound too bad. Have you ever seen just a crow? Like, just watch them. Look a video up of a crow. Something else that's cool, they kind of do tie in with the shadow aspect. They do kind of operate in they have been known to operate in the shadows. They're still associated with the shadows, even though they're not really shadow beings like a lot of nocturnal animals. But the shadow aspect kind of represents the side of you that you ignore, the side of you that people ignore all the time. All of the incompetency, all the self-doubt, all the hardness that one places on their self. They really You or people real. Oh my gosh, what just happened? I had to snap out of that. They they damn. What was I about to say? All right, here we go. All right, people always disregard their shadow as if it's not a part of them. And even though technically it isn't you, it's still you at the end of the day. Your shadow aspect looks to help you. You can honestly think of your shadow side as somebody, an actual somebody who cares about you so deeply. They care about you the most out of anybody you know. Your shadow wants to essentially keep you protected and see you at your greatest potential. Just they don't always address it in the ways that we find normal. So think about it like this. When you start feeling sad, your shadow aspect wants you to know that you deserve so much more than this. Even though you're only focused on one aspect, your shadow just wants you to know that you're greater than whatever you're going through. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm sad, I deserve so much better. Or, oh my gosh, I ain't shit. Oh my gosh, I ain't shit. Because your shadow knows you're so much more than that. But you kind of look at your shadow who's communicating in a weird aspect with you. And you allow that to make you think that, oh my gosh, I'm only this. When your shadow's like, hold up, no, 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 you're still better than this. But you're only paying attention to whatever the main focus is and not focusing on the bigger aspect of what's attempting to be presented in front of you. And with that, from here on out, this is what I want to challenge everybody, including myself, with. Try and pay attention to the bigger picture of what your shadow is trying to tell you, what your shadow is trying to let you know. Because just think about like a friend who loves you so dearly, but you ignore them. Wouldn't your shadow be sad? Wouldn't your friend be sad? Yeah. I don't care who it is. If you ignore them forever, a lot of us use so many distractions to ignore our problems, which are a part of our shadow aspect. We use food, TV, video games, even working out, the gym, working on work. Like sometimes I notice myself, I'll start designing just to like get away from the midst of it all. Don't ignore your friend. Talk to your friend. Treat it like an actual person. Because it's you. It's the part of you that you ignore. It's like your inner child. What would you do if you were looking at your inner child right now and you just talked to them once and then like ignored them for the rest of their life? Like it would traumatize them. It would make them feel sad and like disregarded. And each time that they try and bring something to your attention, it might even be worse because they're going to be crying more even though they're still showing love. And then you might start crying more because your shadow is kind of like a reflection of your deepest self, the aspect of you that you ignore. They just need a hug. So make space. Make space, make energy, make time for them whenever your feelings arise. And let me be the person to let everyone know. It is okay to feel. It is okay to have feelings. It's okay to go through those emotions. It's okay to feel emotions. Emotions are energy in motion. Since it's in motion, it's not always going to stay. It is quite literally okay to feel. It's okay to feel. It's okay to feel. You don't feel something forever. Same way you don't feel something forever. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel depressed. It's okay to feel angry. It's okay to not feel good enough. It's okay to not feel whatever emotion, but it's not okay to stay that way. There's a huge difference, because I've started to see this whole trend of just snap out of it. Nah, bro. Nah, bruh. Nah, bruh. That's probably karma adding on to you. Feel those emotions. Go through it. Feel it. How else are you going? Let's just say there's a big ass monkey on my back. If I just ignore that big ass monkey on my back, it's going to stay there. It's going to stay there. But if I entertain the monkey for a little bit, really like play with the monkey, if I play with the monkey a little bit, the monkey will probably get off my back, and then I can throw a bone or et cetera, and get the monkey off my back. Then the monkey will be my friend. But if not, the monkey might start like whoop-de-woo, start playing with my hair, start playing with my head, start beating and acting like a damn fool. And the first letter of my name starts with a B, but the B does not stand for Boo Boo the Fool. I ain't no Boo Boo the Fool. It's okay to feel your emotions. Feel your emotions so you ain't carrying that weight, so you're not carrying that baggage. You don't want to carry that baggage with you anywhere you go, whether it's outside, to friends, to your next relationship, to the next level of your career. You don't want to carry any of that baggage, any of that emotions. So take it from me. Feel your emotions. Feel everything. Understand why you feel like that. Understand how you feel like that. Try and get to the root. Try and I feel like this right now. Why do I feel like this? Because this happened. Why did this happen? Because that. And it all stems down to a root of a problem. So if I feel like this because of that, why do I feel like that? Or why does that make me feel like this? Then you'll notice oh shit, I feel like this because of that, because something else happened. And that something else might be the root of your trauma. And it might not just be that. It might keep going down. You might keep, clicking the pieces of the puzzle together. But it will help out so much. And that's something I'm still this body's still working on. Feeling through the emotions. And the emotions as vast in a variety are not found everywhere. Because Earth is on such a low density that there's kind of more wiggle room for these emotions to, vibrate off of. But just remember that your body, what you're probably using to watch this video, your body is not you. You do have certain emotions, but that true you operates out of love, out of joy, out of truth. And you got to remember, your body can receive third-party thoughts, feelings, and emotions. So just make sure you can still allow those feelings to go through you, but just start, disregarding all the thoughts, feelings, emotions that aren't you, that don't come from you or your truth. And something else, some of the trauma, it's not your fault. Some of it is quite literally ingrained into your DNA, you know, because we still got to use a body at the end of the day. And, you know, our truth, our soul, most of our souls kind of have like an encrypted coding in it for the most part that carry down from life to life. So our grandparents, even not like way past that, generations back, thousands of years ago, trauma is stored into DNA. So not all of it is your fault. But we've all signed up, apparently, to break these chains and break these curses, to heal that DNA, that hurtness. We've signed up, and isn't that crazy? We have signed up to say, you know what, all y'all out there, we will be the ones to take on all of your trauma and heal it. So you know what? Round of applause to you. Round of a fucking applause to you. Honestly, you looked at everyone, saw all their trauma. You looked at everyone, saw all their trauma, and said, put it on my back. I'm gonna heal everybody. You a bold ass mofo. You bold. Hey bro, you bold. Hey sis, you bold. Oh my gosh. You really signed up for that? That's crazy. You gotta remember, we all signed up for this. We all signed up for this. We all read the contract, said, all right, you know what? We got it. And bro, some of us really agreed to have our brain fried, to have everything, all of our memories wiped. Read that, like, yeah, and you'll have to piece all of it back together on your own, basically on your own. Hold on, I got a piece of paper right here. You was like, all right, take on all their trauma, forget everything, come from the bottom, come from the struggle, whoop-de-woo. You know what? Yeah, nah, got it. Probably ain't even finished reading it, man. That's how confident you were before all this. That's how, just let that sit in for a second. That's how confident you were before all this. You said you can do anything. You read some of it, which was a lot of the bad, half the bad stuff. And was like, yeah, got it. That's how confident you were before all this. So if you forget anything else, remember how confident you were before all this. But yeah, you know, honestly, that just about wraps it all up. Feel your emotions. Your emotions can be your greatest ally and also your greatest downfall. Emotions can help you drastically grow. Emotions can help you drastically change for better or for worse. It's up to you to dictate that. And if anybody tries to make you feel bad about you feeling anything, let me know. Let me know. That ain't cool. That's not cool. Let me know. I'll have a discussion with them. Just let me know. I'm not gonna do anything too violent. Not gonna hurt them, you know. Don't take my word for it. I just want to have a conversation. Why they not allowing you to feel? I don't care what it is. You're allowed to feel. We are human beings. We're not robots. Do I look like a beep, boop, boop, beep? Do I look like a robot? Do you look like a robot? Are you a robot? Do you feel what? Do you, for the most part, feel something in here? Do you feel anything? Do you have emotions? Do you cry? You're not a robot. So don't let nobody make you feel bad about this. But yeah, y'all. I mean, on that note, not to get people too, in depth or emotional, because I know sometimes I can be such a well speaker that it moves people. But that will do it for this week's Portal Side WAyyDio Wednesday. Might start adding one more day onto the week, but I got to think of a name for it, because if we got WAyyDio Wednesday, they're transmissions. We don't give me some good thoughts or like names, because we got WAyyDio Wednesday, and I kind of just want to keep it WAyyDio Wednesday instead of WAyyDio Wednesday transmission, because the transmission is usually short. The transmission is usually short. Not all the time. But so Portal Side WAyyDio for WAyyDio Wednesday. I like that. I might just keep that. But I'm gonna need something else. Transmission two. Nah, back to back is crazy. I don't know. We're gonna think about it. But you know what? Cue outro music. I'll catch y'all later.